Hi, gorgeous souls. I am Lady Stars of Fire. My real name is Michelle Espinosa. This is your weekly healing messages for March 16th through the 24th. And what a powerful week this is. I am so not lying to you. This is an incredibly powerful week that's going to prolong the next year for sure of your life. First off, I am getting... and it's just so funny the way that it's coming in, because I'm getting get the hell out of the freak show. Then I am getting frankincense, and it's called Mei Chang oil, which for me is speaking to us of spiritually cleansing, purifying, and banishing the freak show, more or less. Stop. Just stop that bullshit is what we're getting, because what I am getting from them is What Is Love, that song. And I'm getting like the guys from The Night in the Roxbury, where they're going I'm sorry, because Spirit knows how to amuse me when they're trying to teach me stuff. What that means to me is stop being so freaking shallow. Stop being so freaking shallow, and stop being so small-minded. You guys are bigger than that, and it's time to rise above that. What is love? Stop. Stop the fear, because you're holding on to the wrong ideas for so many. And they're giving us the hints. Get out of the grief, sorrow, shame, the insecurities and the blame and the fear and the worry, because all that's doing is bringing more. And everybody is talking about the coronavirus, and I'm just giving you what Spirit's giving me. But this week is definitely about abundance this whole week. And it can be fed positively, or it can be fed very negatively. Raise your vibrations, raise your consciousness, and where the hell is your lightning is what I'm getting from Spirit. And I always say God lightning is that connection to Spirit, is that connection to the oneness, and it's connection to the source. It is the fire of the dragon. Or maybe it's the breath of the dragon itself, which they are saying can bring the healing. Okay, I get it. Which can bring the healing or the poison. The fire of the dragon. Because what they're giving me is snake eyes. And I couldn't figure out what the snake eyes was for the longest time. And I've had to do all kinds of homework, as you see, to get there. Because when I do astrology, I don't do it and see it necessarily the way other astrologers see it, because from time to time, Spirit just takes me all deep into the stars, into the fixed stars, and now this is the conversation and nothing else matters. But before I get into the astrology itself, what Spirit is reminding me is, are you being reminded yet of what's really important to you? As well as why it's important. Because that's the key. Are you seeing what you're grateful for? Or being reminded what you're grateful for? Those key moments that are so simple, but mean everything. Or are you holding on to the materialistic side of things? Because that's not where it is. I mean, materialistic ideas can give you comfort financially, make you feel stable. But, perfect example, I'm driving down the road today with my mother, and my mother is just, butt dancing in the car, just enjoying herself like nobody's business. When my mother dies, I can't get that back. All I have is that memory. Now, I don't wish that upon her, but that's what I'm saying. I am acknowledging what I'm grateful for when I have it. Are you? This is what this energy is asking you right now. Are you holding on to the fear, the anxieties, the stress, the doubt, the lower vibrational, three-dimensional level that's trying, like I've been saying since June or July or earlier of last year, to keep you down? Or soulfully, spiritually, are you purifying? Are you rising consciously, vibrating higher, and banishing what's not important? This is about realizing what does serve you and not being misled by energies that do not. and end up pulling you in to the energies that do not serve you and in fact will pull you back, because that is what this energy is for this week. I am being given what is considered, what is it? The Babylonians considered Castor and Pollux, they're both fixed stars, to have been considered the Thesis's eyes. The eyes of the thesis itself, the fact, the proof, the truth. The name was also re-given by the Germans. But the Babylonians also called Castor and Pollux not just the Thesis's eyes, but the herdsman and the warrior itself, or the herdsmen's and the warriors, and that they were to come in great times of peril and to do the warrior's job. Now, these two are considered in mythology to have been the twins of Zeus, which means in astrology, they are automatically favored by Zeus, which is Jupiter. Jupiter is abundance. Abundance being cast upon his two children because he's going to favor them for whatever it is they wish to manifest. The snake eyes. Pollux is the nature of Mars. Crafty, spiritual, brave, cruel, rash. It is a boxer. It is a warrior. It is dignified malevolence. It is also connected to poison. The snake eyes, like I was saying a few minutes ago, the dragon's breath, whether it is the fire or the healing of the energy. It is valuable to areas in war, business, and politics. However, Pollux is the immortal of the twins. See, now this is also bringing in Gemini energy, because in the constellation, Pollux and Castor actually fall into the actual constellation of the two twins of Gemini, even though they are in Cancer. So this is bringing you in Gemini energy as well as Cancer energy. This is communication and fourth house energy. One thing you need to understand about Cancer energy, not just that the North Node and Rahu is here, as well as they're not getting along with K2 because they never do. They're always in opposition. And that is in Capricorn, because none of this energy is getting along with Capricorn. Saturn is also moving at the end of the month on the 21st at 11:58 p.m. Eastern time. It moves into Aquarius. We'll get back for that in a minute. You also have the new moon this week and the equinox this week. This is major, powerful energy. And this energy is what you are cementing in for your manifestation. Where is it? Cancer is ruled by, in a form, it is ruled according to spirit. In a form, it is ruled by the Polaris star. The Polaris star is also the North Star. It is also death. It is also the direction of the north. It is the darkness. It is the void. It is where hope and fear can be found. Which one do you choose? Spirit is saying whatever you spiritually put into whichever one it is you choose is what you will manifest. Yeah, here in a materialistic world is what they are saying at this time. The Polaris star is the North Star. It's like a seed. If you put a seed in the ground, you must water it, you must care for it, you must take care of it, and wait for it to break through so that it can start to rise. But it must first start in that darkness. This is what we are being given. We are being given the darkness to decide if we are maturing and growing. within that void of our own consciousness. If we're raising into a higher vibration, are we going through an ego death, or are we allowing ego to rule us? This is also speaking to us of the fact that if we see it from a negative point of view, the Polaris star itself is ruled by Saturn and Venus. It has Saturn-Venus energy as well as the sun. It will illuminate causes of much sickness, trouble, loss, fortune, disgrace, and affliction if you allow it to. It is part of the little bear, which is considered part of the little dog. In one form, what I'm trying to say is don't be a rabid dog and start biting. Don't be a rabid dog that's biting and freaking out just because it's foaming at the mouth. Be better than that, is what they are giving me right now. Castor, snake eyes, back to where we were talking about. Castor is Mercury energy. Pollux is Mars energy. You have communication, passion, action, aggression, fire. Mercury, intellect. Distinction, keen intellect. Success with law, travel. But if it's done from the wrong point of view, it will be followed with a loss of fortune, loss of grace, sickness, trouble, and affliction. This is what I'm saying. Castor and Pollux, the snake eyes. Even though they're in opposition for real with Capricorn, where Jupiter is for real, Jupiter will favor them. Jupiter will favor them with abundance and knowledge of the energy of what it is they are asking for. So what are you asking for? Pay attention to what you manifest, because what you create is your own reality. This is why you're being told to cleanse spiritually, purify, and banish. Banish the lower vibrational. Raise that vibrational energy and raise your consciousness. If it does not serve you, then it is harming you. It's that simple. Remove yourself from what could bring you harm. And do not feed it. You have that energy specifically not getting along in Capricorn with Mars, Jupiter, Pluto. Pluto is the transformation of spirit, of ego death. What do you think this is? Jupiter gives the abundance, whether it's positive or negative. Luck is not always positive. It can be. It's asking, what are you doing with this energy? Passion, action, aggression, inner SWAT team inside of your inner emotional security, and speaking to the outer world. If the outer world is looping you in to a lower vibrational frequency, walk away. You don't have to stay there and play their games. Once you realize that you're being sucked in, take yourself out. Capricorn is the foundation of the outer community. But before you could stand tall in the outer community, you need to be able to stand tall with the communication you have with yourself, so that you can have proper communication, proper rules, walls, and boundaries with the outer community. Aquarius, you've got Saturn moving in on the 21st, in a few days actually, before the new moon. Taking the opportunity of what are you filling Aquarius for the next year to 2 years to 3 years, technically. What are you filling its objectives with, its opportunities with? Do not start Aquarius and Saturn in a negative energy. Start it in the water bearer energy, from the higher waters being poured down, not from the lower vibrational waters, and you can't get out of that third dimensional energy. It is very important to raise that vibration, raise that high thinking. Be positive. Remember what you're grateful for. Remember the small things that matter so much. Show that gratitude. Be thankful. Remember what's truly important. The materialistic will change. It's that simple. Jupiter is going to abundantly provide anything, but you do have Neptune getting along with the snake eyes, as well as Mercury, which is saying whatever you feed it, I will create. I can create any magic you want, whether it's positive or negative. But remember, you have to face yourself in order to do that, because it is the universal 12th house. Venus is in Taurus with Uranus, your independence, your individuality, your uniqueness, your freedom, your self-worth, your self-value, your self-esteem, your inventive, creative self. Are you ready to rise? Or will you be sucked in? Love you guys. You can do anything you've set your mind to. And it's always up to you to create your own reality. So create wisely. You got lightning. Use the fire of the dragon. Bye.